The circulatory system involves the heart and the blood and transportation of molecules, but now it's time to look at the respiratory system, which provides some of the molecules in the blood, specifically oxygen, and aids in the removal of carbon dioxide and what happens in the ventilation process. The lungs function by taking in deoxygenated blood from the right ventricle of the heart, removing the carbon dioxide, and fueling those capillaries with oxygen gas. The way the lungs do this is through their alveoli. If you look at the lungs, there are two main bronchi, which branch off into bronchioles and have small puffballs attached to them, which are the alveoli. Remember, the lungs have a lot of capillaries, which make it easy to exchange molecules. Those capillaries run past the alveoli, which makes carbon dioxide seep out and infuses the capillaries with oxygen gas. This process of this lung molecule swap requires a concentration gradient, meaning that gaseous molecules like to go from a high concentration to a lower concentration, or high pressure to low pressure. This is achieved by our breathing pattern. For example, when we breathe in, we take in oxygen gas. This fills our lungs with oxygen. We also have to get rid of carbon dioxide, which is released when we breathe out. Let's focus on taking in oxygen first. So the path that oxygen travels is through the mouth or the nose, through the trachea, where it reaches the lungs. It goes through the bronchi, which splits into the branches of bronchioles, and eventually reaches the alveoli sacs. When we breathe, we have a muscle contraction in the diaphragm, which is under the lungs. The diaphragm muscle shrinks, allowing more room in the lungs, which allows oxygen in because there's a decrease in pressure. When we exhale, the diaphragm expands, which pushes the carbon dioxide out of the lungs due to the increased pressure. There are also some antagonistic muscle actions going on that help this process. Antagonistic muscles are those that take turn relaxing and contracting, since muscles can only go in one direction. They work together. The names of these muscles that relate to breathing are the external and internal intercostals. When one contracts, the other relaxes, which allows them to aid in the breathing process.